Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronosplays Apollo Justice. Today, what possible reason could Kristoff have to kill a painter? Apollo, motive! He's talking about a motive! I know, we have one. Indeed. It's hard to see how an attorney could come to want to kill a painter. Oh, you'll want to kill anyone with the right motive, Judge. Now here's something. Why didn't he bring up the motive from the very beginning? Unless he was afraid it was a battle he might lose. So, what does it mean? It means there might be a weak spot. Maybe I have some evidence to prove a point. A motive for murder. This is vital, if not the most vital element in this case. Please consider this when making your statement. I'll say it's about this vital. That's pretty vital. No, it's not. Make it the whole thing and it might be vital. Well, Mr. Justice, well, Mr. Justice, I'm going through this with this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor. I'd like to present evidence. Then let's see what you have. What reason did Kristoff Gavin have for wanting to kill, wanting to murder Drew Mishram? This one, right? Kristoff Gavin's motive comes clear when you consider why the stamp came to Drew Mishram's studio in the first place. And why was that? Forgery, Your Honor. Go back 7 years. Drew Mishram accepts his first job creating forged evidence. I've seen this before. How do you remember this? Well, okay, we did just show you this. I thought you meant you remember the case. A page from a diary. Oh, actually, no, you do. Wasn't it? Okay, so you do remember that. Oh my God. Okay, I thought we were looking at the red envelope again. So how do you remember this, but you don't remember like anything else important, Judge? When Attorney Phoenix Wright lost his badge, yes? This was the evidence he presented, to his loss. This evidence is a fake, yes. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven. The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright. Who, other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could it have been? And why would they? Just out of curiosity. Do you remember this letter? See? This is the first page. And this is the second page. Those were presented in court yesterday. This letter was sent to Drew Mishram by the client who requested that forgery. The enclosed stamp was none other than the poison commemorative stamp. Drew Mishram drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old. 7 years old. The client who requested this forgery was very cautious. He tried to erase everything and anyone with connection to the forgery to keep them from talking, but he made a mistake. She liked the stamp. I always think he's flipping him off when he does that. The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years. What am I gonna eat tonight? Hair forehead, do you understand what you're telling us? The ones who schemed up the forged diary page was the one who poisoned the stamp. And it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Adding to the two statements together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Mishram was none other than Phoenix Wright.
Objection!
Sorry, but that's not how this is going to go down. Oh, then how will it go down? I checked through the records of that case when I found this 7 years ago, just before the trial began. Oh boy. I didn't sound like that. Shut up, Juicy. Here. What's this? I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old guy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. Juicy just like, I swear to God, it's not me. And one more thing. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. I understand I'm asking the... Oh, the other attorney was fucking Gavin? Like the defense attorney, Kristoff? Phoenix Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery. You guys Oh my god, you fucking idiots didn't even check that? You didn't know, Chronos. No, I didn't know, but I'm not the guy that put him on, like, the bar trial to get his badge fucking removed, where I would figure they would fucking look at the tampered with evidence from the prosecuting side and where he got the paper from and any fucking court videos before making their decisions. My god, this court legal system is insane. The day before. Now here's a question. Just who was Shady Enigma's previous attorney? No, this can't be, it can't all be. But it's all true. There was another man, another defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you, Kristoff Gavin. Order, order. What is the meaning of this? Witness, I mean, defendant, former lawyer. Let me begin by denying this. Objection! It's easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin, and impossible to prove if you can't. Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly do you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim? That would be difficult. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield. Objection! Here, forehead. Are you sure you don't have evidence? What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks clammy. Evidence. Evidence that shows this man, Kristoff Gavin, requested that forgery 7 years ago. Caviar? Just prove it. Clear up these doubts now, or I swear I'm off this case. I mean, that would be a pretty good win for me, to be quite honest. But alright. He must have thought of some evidence, Apollo. Prosecutor even looks like he's in a physical pain. That darkness, imprisoning me all that I see. I have to pull that darkness out of him. And proof is the only way I can. What the fuck are you talking about? What proves Kristoff Gavin's link to Drew Misham? I don't know. That fucking video that Phoenix recorded? Oh, I have the letter, right? I'm assuming this is the video of the letter. Oh, we never examined it. There's an address on there and a name I've never heard of. Oh, what? David Kraken? At least I think so. It's too blurry to read. Why is it so fucking blurry? I'm gonna put Vaseline on it? This stamp, it's of the Gammaries, isn't it? Why did Mr. Wright give me this letter right before the trial? What could it mean? Also, where did he get it? Okay. I mean... It's gotta be that... It's gotta be. Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Kristoff Gavin requested a forgery of Drew Misham 7 years ago. Prove it! It can be proven. Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss this? This evidence does not... Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice? I am. Then I say we give him the benefit of the doubt. Very well, but if you're wrong about this, prepare for a penalty. Your Honor, you do the defense an injustice. Mr. Justice is clearly passionate about his claim. Should the penalty not match his passion? Okay, that's more like it. Also, like, I know I just started the episode, but there you go. Just in case. I haven't given a penalty like that in a long time. Well, Mr. Justice, fine, Your Honor. All I have to do is prove any kind of link, something that ties Kristoff Gavin to Drew Misham, and I have something that clearly does the job. Very well, Mr. Justice, present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and Drew Misham. This evidence proves there's a link. That scrap of paper, I'm afraid I can't let you submit that. Is there some problem? There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't. Hey, that's Daddy's handwriting. Trucy, what the fuck? Mr. Wright's handwriting. What is the meaning of this? Ah, I see now. Yes, of course. What do you mean, of course? I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell, except I wasn't there. Phoenix Wright? When I returned, I saw him had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail. Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell? No. However, it appears Mr. Wright has yet to be cured of his bad forging habits. Well, if it's a forgery, it's not a very good one. His handwriting's terrible. This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter. Reproduction? When Mr. Wright visited Kristoff's cabin's cell, he brought with him a small video camera. What? He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin. And this, the contents of your personal mail. Shit. Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by a court. Evidence based on a video of a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A video actually would probably be pretty well received. Though, yes, depending on the laws of the state, it might not be submitted evidence if there's like a two-party consent state, which, honestly, if a video is proving the crime, I don't fucking care what the law is, to be quite honest. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney is suspected of forgery. Prosecutor Gavin? Motherfucker. Prosecutor Gavin? And embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please. The defense claims is denied. What? Oh, what? Yeah, what? Only actual evidence is permitted in the court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record. Better luck next time, Justice. Well, we've certainly taken a detour from our cross-examination, but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Kristoff Gavin at this point. Apollo, do something! I'm thinking, but without evidence, I don't think anything I can use on him. I don't have anything I can use on him. Very well, this ends the special witness's cross-examination. The show is over, yet the crowd screams for more. Only now do I understand why. Prosecutor Gavin? Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years, and I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean up our family closet, huh, Kristoff? Calvia, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret. Spinning out of whose control, mine or yours? Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Calvia. Apollo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin! Objection! No? Prosecutor Gavin? Try to remember what's really important to you. You amuse me here, forehead. I couldn't forget what's really important to me even if I tried. In fact, I haven't. Not even once. 7 years ago. Finally, you just couldn't resist, could you, Here Wright? Resist what? Okay. So this is just the same one. You've had that necklace for 7 years? I'm familiar with the trial. I've watched it on video 7 times. Through this Let's Play series alone. Didn't even find anything unnatural about this. Unnatural? Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence, and the next moment you call and drew mission, which was almost as if... Almost as this what? That you were tipped off, because you were tipped off. By your brother. Funny, it didn't even occur to me to wonder, but now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Almost as if someone, from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence. Ah, correct. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Phoenix Wright would eventually come up with the forged diary page. Don't do this, Kevlar. Cavalier? I don't know. I knew because you told me, Kristoff. What? He becomes a surfer guy, like, oh my god, Cavalier, are you sure? You want to catch some waves after this, bruh? It was the night before the trial. Cavalier? Kristoff, you seem odd seeing you in the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. Jesus Christ. I won't be appearing in the trial, actually. Why not? I won't be facing off with you as your first trial, apparently. But in exchange, I brought information. Information? The attorney who will be in there in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen, I want you to call in a special witness. Then... I wondered about it all at that time. How did Kristoff know so much? Prosecutor Gavin. Kristoff, you were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserved that much. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on that case. The victim's belongings? Which would include Magnifi's diary, wouldn't it? Mr. Gavin. My, Caviar, you disappoint me. You find trees that miss the forest. You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin. You can't sweep this under the rug, not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind that trial. Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing. Apollo! I think we're finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Druzy. We've done everything we could, I hope it's enough. 7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited a detention center at the request of my client, Zach Gemery. 2 cards. Oh, and you lost. 1 card! Showdown time! Enough! You lose, Gavin! Thanks for the work, now go. To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion. Daddy used to say something, if you want to know a man, you have to compete. Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Kristoff Gavin. I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright, a second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me and went right to that pitiful excuse for a man. He deserved to die for that error alone. Hold it. So the one who requested that forgery was... Oh, I'm not admitting anything. My point is, these 2 men shamed me, and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Gemery both deserve what they got. So you asked Mr. Misham to forge the evidence, so you could win. But then, when you were dismissed by Zach Gemery's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap. You fed me the information about that forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him. You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly. Ha! Incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep. Prosecutor Gavin. Perfectly. You're mad, Kristoff. Stop fooling yourself. What are you talking about, Caviar? Tell me, how did that trial end? Cancelled, when the defendant vanished. Ah, I get it. So, Kristoff, you've been living in a fear for 7 years. What? You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation tarnished. You couldn't leave things to chance, so you watched everyone involved with that case for 7 years. Oh yeah, that's right. Every day for 7 years. Let me brush my tongue and pinch my nips. This is the weirdest motherfucker we have ever had in a Phoenix Wright, and that's saying something. There's been so many weird fuckers in this game that guy being the weirdest is amazing. Wait just a minute. Zach Gemery was seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years? Yeah, finally. I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get there fast enough. Trucy! You don't know your dad is dead, do you? Zach Gemery was gone missing for 7 years. Trucy's father. What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him! Right. Leave it to me. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Kristoff Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler. I remember him quite well. Shady Smith, was it? Poisoned in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic. The details don't really matter right now. What matters is that travel was Zach Amery. What is it, Apollo? Huh? Keep going! We'll talk about it later. I've bottled up enough emotions for like fucking 7 years. You think I can't handle this? Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this? It all started 7 years ago. The great magician Magnifique Gamery's death started it. Magnifique Gamery's death, his student Zach Amery, the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Kristoff Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence, because he's a bitch. Drew Misham. Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precautions when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions? To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble. That's when you plan your poisoning of the forgers. Attoryney applied to the commemorative stamp. But luck on Mr. Misham's side, the bomb didn't go off. His daughter. She saved him by taking the stamp, I see. But that wasn't the only bomb he set up. The Donnie nail polish, of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. And draw naked cavemen on canvases for some reason. Ah, that nail polish was her good luck charm. She was almost kidnapped once. Since then, well, she's been a little weird. She refuses to leave the house. That's not weird, actually. If you get kidnapped, that fucking tragic, like, traumatic event is gonna fuck you up, probably. So that's not too weird. You should try to get, like, some help to get over it at the same time. I was almost fucking kidnapped as a kid. I probably wouldn't leave the house anyways. I wasn't almost kidnapped as a kid, and I hate leaving the house. It was insurance. Insurance? As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside? If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous. And the nail polish would do the rest. His time bomb sat there for 7 years. And then, they went off almost simultaneously. We are finished. May I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time. Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we've said? Oh, I've listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction. What? Kavia, shall you understand? We're back to the evidence. The lacking of evidence. Nothing proves the link between him and the Aquitaine, Attoryney, Aquitaine Hunger Force? No. Attoryney that took Drew Misham's life. What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Amery to keep him talking. And he's already been convicted of that. I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive. Okay, then why did you kill him? I plead my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months. I'm afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. If the defendant Vera Misham it is the defendant Vera Misham who is on trial here. No, but you were doing so well, Apollo! As long as there's no evidence to support the accusations against him, the course of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent. Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence. You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails? What? It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought the poison to her lips was you. What? That's not how that works. Evidence is everything. There's nothing more. I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion. Your Honor, whoa, I thought this was a jury trial. He can't give a verdict. Mr. Justice, you performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner, Phoenix Wright's determination as well. However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Cavalier? Unfortunately, yes, Kristoff, you're right. That is, you would have been right until now. What? Did the news not reach your desks in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is a trial case for the new judicial system. That's right. I totally forgotten. I haven't. I was wondering why the fucking judge was about to give a verdict. The juris system. Juris, you say? The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of the common citizens of the law. Common citizens' wisdom? Is this some kind of joke? What could it be possibly gained from doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to the mindless emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers? Ah, I don't hear the term mouth breathers all that often. Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted to by the law. Nonsense! There's only room for two things in this court. Me and the law! Keep that riffraff out! Out, I say! No? They're not in the court, actually. They're watching oh, that's fucking weird. They're watching everything from a video camera. How can you allow this? Incidentally, that's not my fucking choice or problem, really. The one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright? My hand! So everything was leading to this, of course. Right. Left? Right! Super Saiyan Gavin! I won't accept. I cannot accept. This is no court. Law. Law is everything. Law is absolute. You'll let ignorant swine soil your court? Kristoff, it's over. Calvier, law is absolute. You can't be serious. What? Oh, I thought you spent your life looking for loopholes. Law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions. The law is the end, a product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. Like a gem polished to gleam through trials and error, it is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. It is always changing, growing, nurturing it is as our task as human beings. Except for you, Kristoff, you aren't changing, you've stopped. You're not needed anymore. I couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday I'll know what law is. And I'll fight the change if I have to. I see no reason to further prolong this trial. This began as a trial of Vera Misham, accused of murdering her father. The painter Drew Misham, however. Several other incidents were reviewed, and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Jurists of the court. For the death of Drew Misham, how do you find the defendant Vera Misham? Innocent or guilty? I'll turn to you now to consider this matter. October 9th. Jurors Chambers. This ends the trial for this case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. If the decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decision. That is all. Please, wait. Yes, jurist number 6? There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists. That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. With the development of the case. I see. Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdict. Make your decision in the case against Vera Mission. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely, judge well. Oh, Lamira? What the fuck are you doing here? Why am I controlling you? You're not even from this country, right? Aren't you a Bulgarian citizen? Anyways, it's Bulgarian, not Bulgarian, right? Well, anyways, just not guilty? If I do it twice? Oh, do I get confirm? Select. Confirm. Ah. I still... Oh! Okay. You're the mother? Oh, you don't have your memories. Or your eyesight. Right. Ah, so a verdict was reached. The first verdict under the juris system, innocent, by unanimous decision. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Kristoff Gavin laughed, a laugh louder than any other heard before, or since. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. October 10th, the morning after the trial. In an intensive care ward, the true miracle occurred. Vera Misham opened her eyes. Why are all these DVD here? I don't watch these. Vera, you're so glad I... Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too and proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about it, what if Vera... Hey now, don't you start crying too. Only 3 of us can cry. Phoenix Wright's in the corner just bawling his eyes out. Sorry you had to see us like this. Vera. Thank you so much, Apollo, thank you. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I hadn't, you never would have bitten your nails. No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm. Vera. When I opened my eyes, I saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be part of the world. To see things with your own eyes. Looks like that poison had some effect after all. Killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life. I need you pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future, and the truth, and a paycheck. I won't forget it either. Let me thank you. No, really, it's okay. I mean, I'll take your money. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, look, it's me! I love it! Thanks! Is that me? Do you really captured your essence, Apollo? Well, I think so, at least. That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is? The other lawyer? Oh, you mean Daddy? Except he's not a lawyer anymore. It's my fault, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. No, it's okay. Through looking away from things I've done. I hope I can look to him in the eyes again someday and apologize. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that. He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier. You mean the stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all, huh? It just gave you his trash. You know, I knew my real daddy was alive. Huh? I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. You did what? How? I'm not telling. It's Mr. Hat, clearly. He promised me that one day the day he went away. We may not meet again for some time, Trucy. But know this, I'll be watching, and one day I shall return. And die immediately! You're the next Gamma Ray, after all. Oh, Trucy, in the end he couldn't keep that promise, could he? I mean, he returned. But, like, then he died. It's okay, Phoenix is my daddy now, even though he can't really play the piano. That, he can't. Oh, and I've got you too! Even if your voice is kinda loud sometimes. Glad I made your list. Hey, come to think of it, where is Daddy? The one who can't play. Do you know, Apollo? I think he said he had to meet someone. Huh, I wonder. Maybe it's the new mummy. Teehee. Oh, Trucy? Yeah, Vera? I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Hat, was it? Oh, he's not been knighted yet. Here goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat. Objection! Not loud enough, and I think his Miss Magic Underwear better anyway. I think I like Miss Magic Underwear better anyways. That's magic panties, Apollo! So, your memory's returned. Mr. Wright, was this all part of your plan too? I don't know what you're talking about. When I lost my memories, I was reborn as Lemira. But you knew my true identity, did you not? That's why you chose me as one of your jurists. You're thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memories would make you happy. Of course it is happy. It's a happy thing. For so long, I thought I was alone. But now I know I have children, 2 dear children. I'm so proud of them. This, too, I think, is thanks to you. Are you gonna tell them? They do not know. Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings. I will go to them when the time is right. Until then, Don't worry, I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me, too. A little annoying at times, but still. Oh, you're one to talk. I have to keep an eye on her, at least. Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Yeah, like I said, she's good at bottling up her fucking emotions. Your bracelet. Yes? I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past years, like this Magatama of mine. But your bracelet was the strangest of all. That's not fucking true. Are you insane? You know 2 girls that can change into dead people. What do you mean the bracelet is the strangest thing you've ever seen? You know people that get possessed by dead spirits and change their physical form. You had like a 6-year-old turn into a how old was Mia? Like 30? Turn into somewhat of a 30-year-old, almost ripping out of her clothes. Are you insane? I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Kristoff's office. And then I met you. 2 fates destined to intertwine. And I'm there when they crossed. I'll never forget that. Such a small thing, that bullet. Yet it tore who I was away. I mean, I'm assuming it did brain damage, right? Which is pretty fucking bad. 10 years ago during a simple rehearsal. It was a miracle no one died. But I didn't survive that accident. This is why I left the troupe, my family. Now my memory has returned. I'm myself once more. For the first time, I'm glad to be alive, Mr. Wright. Speaking of miracles, Vera mission regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are. It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken, sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they've got something worth living for. Sometimes it's mostly luck. And that's pretty much the end of my story for now, anyway. I still got a long way to go, and this power of mine, well, it needs some work. But there's hope now. We lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I think I'll keep at this lawyer thing for a while. Oops, training time. Gotta go. Cords of steel. Here comes justice. Objection! Ah, okay. I was gonna say, this is definitely feeling very endy right now. Hey, Phoenix. I'm glad you're staying at the agency, Apollo. It's like I found my long-lost big little brother. Oh, and don't you worry about Troop Gamer Ray. Trucy's on the case. Now that I have this, thanks to Daddy. Trucy Gamer Ray, frankly, I got my doubts, but Mr. Hat Gamer Ray, that'll pack him in. Seriously though, tell them that they're related, okay? You don't want a Star Wars going on here, okay? I know there's a big age difference, but if they're around each other for a long time, you never know. And it's a Japan game, so just do it. Just tell them, please. The Gamer is breaking up. The news caused a run on tissues at some supermarkets nationwide. They're the real stars now. You're the real star now. I look forward to our next jam session. I missed the first part of that because I was telling fucking Phoenix to tell them that they're brother and sister just in case. I'm in the hospital again. It's finally over. You know, thinking about it, I've been a piano player longer than I was a lawyer. Now that everything's sorted out, I got time on my hand again. Maybe I'll start taking some lessons so I actually know how to play. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam again. Well, I'm assuming your suspension would be overturned given, like, the evidence that was displayed. Then again, who knows? I think that there are a lot of Phoenix Wright games, right? I know there's 2 more left in this trilogy. Or Apollo game. I think they're both. They're all mixtures. Oh, Emma. So, standing around eating snackos the other day, then I got this crazy idea. What if they were like golden? You could augment the crunch and better yet make them ding. The power of science. Although the population might be not be 100% safe. I'm glad she came back. We really didn't have much of her in that one DLC mission we had, though she was memorable, and she was actually very fun to have in this game. Unlike the event you are wanting Russian feast, the only thing colder than Russian restaurant is borscht. Duh, greater challenge is being required. Then come to Hideout. You know who to ask for. Zach's kind of an asshole, huh? Just assaults her when the plan goes wrong. That's really weird. I mean, he did beat up Russell too, but to be fair, if I saw Russell in like an alleyway, I'd probably fucking strike a defensive stance too. So, Kentucky pastries are getting back to the Eastern roots, spread the culture and all. Oh boss, culture time! This is how we write rootless, capiche? But they're still about giving back to the people. Oh, yo boss, PR time! This is also horrifying. And this is how we write people, alright? Not that Walkie's paying any attention. Oh, kids. I'm just glad you didn't say you lost your underwear again. Oh god. Yeah, Bizoy! Chinese characters on cake was a fly idea 3,000 years ago. Man, you want to make it today? You gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but that's why I made this OG cracker full real. I know I don't look like no cracker G. What? What you want me to? What the fuck? My brain. Okay. Sure. I don't know where. I forgot how I voiced you. How did I fucking voice you, man? I think I just did standard old guy. I can't remember. I think it was just standard old man. But I think I did some sort of weird thing with you, maybe? You should really tell them they're related. Oh, fucking Christ. My especially inquisitive nature has won me unequivocal adoration. Okay. You see, they used to call me Wesley Sticklet. Whatever. The Sticky Fingers? Was that? But no longer. I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko, reporting. Yes, curiosity is the stickiness, and I am the cure! He should probably get arrested. Why is that ambulance still at the park? Who's next? Brushel, I would assume. Oh no. I don't know how to thank you for all you've done. Light has returned to my life, and with it joy. I may have lost years, but I've gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song. I won't tell them that I'm alive, or even that they're related, though. Apparently. Not yet. I'm assuming that's going to come in a future game. Maybe? Oh, is she going to die in a future game? Yeah, Brushel, Brushel here. Back on the beat with another interview. How do I feel about how things turned out? No scoop yet, but the journalist commented in mint condition. End quote. That guy is legitimately horrifying. I will have nightmares of him. I decided to keep painting. Originals only, of course. Unless I need money. I suppose I'll have to see a bit of the world outside to find what to paint, but I know there are good people out there now and I've met them. You met 2 of them. The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you. I'm surprised you're actually not getting... I know you were 12 when you started, but you're 19 now, right? So I'm surprised you're not getting some jail time for selling forgeries. Or at least getting fined out the wazoo. Oh, it's from Misham. I like it. It's really good. It's a really fun game. I'm glad they finally remastered it and ported this over, because I was getting to the point where I was going to do the DS version, which I'm glad I didn't. Okay, you've unlocked a special bonus in the music. Cool. I wanted to see that picture, actually. But alright, cool. Dual attack? No! I got things to do. I will be getting to it at some point, mind you. There'll be a different series. Next after this is a Patreon game, because, well, the Patreon series slot is currently being occupied by Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at the time of this recording. In the future, who knows what it's going to be. But, yeah, that is it for Apollo Justice. Thank you. It was really fun. The music was great. The story was great. I feel like this one definitely... It got a little weirder in some places, but at the same time, it was still pretty good. I will say that, I don't know, maybe because it's touched on things that I actually know a little bit more about, but like some of the realism was stretched thin in some cases. It always is in Phoenix Wright, but at the same time, there was a lot more times I feel like during this one where I'm like, that's just not true. That's like, that is not right. But it is a game, and sometimes that's usually how that goes. But yeah, I had a blast. This museum contains spoilers. How did I get to the museum? Back, please. Yes. Is that a 3D? We'll get to it. Okay, that's probably... we'll get to that. But yeah, I had a blast. Probably after another series, probably a series or 2. Give some time. I don't want to burn myself out on these games. Kind of like the first batch of Phoenix Wright game I did. I would do a Phoenix Wright game, have like a little break here and there, do another one, just so, you know, I'm not constantly doing somewhat similar gameplay aspects, right? If you catch my drift. But yeah, I am looking forward to the next games in the series, and I hope you are too. If you like the episode or the series or just me, press the like button below. If you're not subscribed yet, do so. Check out some of my other series, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.